Now, in contrast, let's look at the nature of risk and volatility within the framework of the value philosophy, especially as we practice it at Century Management. We find there's at least 4 significant triggers of what I would call macro sources of risk. That is, risks that are outside of the company's control, risk that's coming from the external environment or the economic environment. First, there's changing technology. Innovation happens, and it's the hallmark of the capitalistic societies. Arnie talked about some of those innovations that are forthcoming, and Jim, in the upcoming discussion, will also talk about those innovations and how they play in our portfolio today. But just think about changes of technology in my lifetime in the computer industry. We saw mainframes give way to mini-computers, and mini-computers give way to PCs, and now PCs are giving way to tablets and to smartphones. The second macro source of risk is competition. Entrepreneurs figure out how to do things better and cheaper, and if they abound, so does competition. Think about the once mighty five and dime stores that succumbed to the department stores that gave way to the specialty stores that are now in a fight for their life against Amazon and all the internet companies. Or just think internationally. When I was growing up in the 60s, people sneered at Japanese automobiles. Now they're top of the heap, yet they're being chased by the Koreans. A third source of macro risk to any company are natural disasters. From time to time, they can truly wipe out a business. Most recently, we saw some torrential, once-in-a-lifetime floods wipe out parts of Thailand, and with that disrupting one of our businesses and many of the businesses that they served. And finally, there's government regulation. Let me cite 2 and go first to Sarbanes-Oxley, which many of you may have remembered in 2002, initiated because of the malfeasance of Enron. And during that time, you saw the market fall 20% in 6 weeks from the middle of June to the end of July. Most recently, we've seen a similar malfeasance by some financial companies back in 2007, 2008, bring on another regulatory blunderbuss, the Dodd-Frank Act, which was signed into law in 2010. We're just beginning to understand what that means to have the federal government micromanage the financial industries.